In the practice of mindfulness, we're training ourselves to see and feel as clearly as possible so that we can respond as skillfully as possible. Seeing is essential. We cannot do anything about what is happening until we can see it. And seeing is not enough. We have to feel something so as not to bypass it. We have to feel something so that we can, as best as possible, release it. This is not our way. We all know how difficult it is to turn toward what is difficult. And we were not taught to do this. We're more inclined to move away from difficulty, to move into our heads, to get through something or to get around it. In the practice of mindfulness, though, we train ourselves to be with whatever arises, to see and feel what is here, and we pace for success. Feeling is how we grow wise, how we internalize the experience. We glean insights this way, through experiential knowing, by experiencing something for ourselves. We know this. When we were adolescents, we were skeptical of our parents' cautionary tales until we had a similar experience. Seeing and feeling is believing. This is how we learn. In mindfulness, the heart acts as a sonar, empathizing and sensing into the atmosphere of the body and with particular bodily sensations. The body acts as a resonator, much like the hollow body of a musical instrument that vibrates or amplifies with the particular frequency that is being created. For example, when I'm experiencing angry thoughts, I may have an idea that it doesn't feel so good, but can easily miss the depth and the extent of the burn if I don't feel enough to catch the draft. But with practice, with repeated noticing and touching into the body, anger can be seen, felt, held, and responded to more skillfully. It's not unlike learning to play an instrument. We pace ourselves. We wouldn't just sit down and expect ourselves to play Moonlight Sonata. First, we don't even know how to hold the instrument. But if we have a patient teacher, they will let us explore until holding becomes effortless, second nature. Then we start to play, crudely at first, squeaking out the scales, and it begins over time to sound like a song. And once the foundation of that song has been mastered, well, then we can riff around here and there in the song and make it our own. It's the same in meditation. Let's imagine an upsetting story arises, a disagreement with a friend you had recently. Well, the first order of business is to see it and name it. Name thinking, name fight, name upset, name anger, name frustration. However it is that you are seeing what's happening in the mind. Now we know what we're working with. Put a big fat star around that label, a mindfulness star around that label. Thinking. Good job, because you just woke up from reviewing that story one more time. You just woke up. Good job. Now take a breath. Take a breath and withdraw attention from the mind, from the story, and bring it back into the body. And feel. This is the hard part. Feel what's happening inside, the reverberations of that thought. Feeling takes practice, curiosity, and bravery. Hold it kindly. Hold the thought kindly in the mind eye and feel the textures of the experience that are happening in here. What does it feel like in there? Feel whatever you can feel. Maybe sensing the whole of the body as it's tensing up, or breathing fast, slow, rough, shallow, unpleasant. Or maybe you notice that you've been holding your breath. Great. Keep attention in the whole of the body and its breathing, and watch the sensations change from moment to moment. Ride the waves of the disturbance until they settle back into ease. In the process of feeling, we also begin to learn how to hold, how to soothe, how to be with experience as it flits across the screen of awareness. When disturbance subsides and the experience of ease arises, wonderful. Breathe and notice ease. How does ease feel inside? Perhaps you notice the smoothness of the rhythm of breathing, or the absence of bodily discomfort as you sit here. Marvelous. You're noticing ease. And by feeling the experience of ease, we can create a map, an experiential map for ourselves that we can use to find our way back to ease again. At times, we may feel overwhelmed when we feel what is happening inside, which is why pacing becomes so important. We are learning how to be with what is arising. So if you notice or feel overwhelmed or flooded, orient back to the here now. Open your eyes, look, see what's happening in your field of vision. Notice the body sitting on the ground. Notice ambient sounds. These help you to stay in the here now. And breathe. Ground and breathe keeps you safe. Feeling is risky business. The body is new and scary territory for many of us, and our hearts are learning the ways of empathy, like a new mother does with her child. Honor this. Let's train ourselves to feel the reverberations of our lived experience so that we can hold them more kindly and